Hello, welcome to the video. Hope you're having an awesome day. So welcome to part 4. As you can imagine, if a person's a Roman Catholic and they watch parts 1, 2, and 3, and they realize, whoa, gee, there's not a single verse that reveals that Peter was an overseer or bishop, that completely, you can imagine, just completely pulls the rug underneath their feet. So what they have done, they try to get around this. And so one of the paths they go to is Acts 1:20. Now this is where Judas is being replaced, okay? Being replaced by Matthias already. It's quoted in Psalms 109, and it says, "Let another man take his office." And they'll say, well, that's Greek for overseer, therefore bishop. So not so fast. So if we go with that translation, if a person said, I want to obtain, that's the Greek word that was used there, bishop of bishop, this makes no sense. A person can be president and hold office, okay? This person gets replaced does not automatically mean they become bishop instead of a president. So if a person, for whatever reason, no longer holds office as president, somebody replaces them, does not mean that person they're replacing them becomes a bishop. They're still president. Or in this case, with Judas being an apostle, gets replaced by Matthias, an apostle. He did not become a bishop. Okay, just because the Greek word there means to oversee. So I think if we look a little more carefully at the word and see how it's used, I think we would get a better understanding. So a better example, I want to obtain office, episkopos, of bishop, which is episkopon. The term office is a position of overseeing, but not a title, okay? A title can be president, manager, supervisor, trainer, apostle, shepherd, all with an episkopos, okay? That is overseeing office. They're overseeing something, but these are all titles, okay? So what they're mistaking is an office for title, okay? In the Bible, there's no office of bishop, but the highest office one can have in the Gentile churches, okay? So there's no cardinal in the Bible, okay? No pope, all right? You don't find such a position in the Bible. But anyway, so the word, let's see here. Let's see what I'm trying to get on with the point with this here. Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, office of overseer. Now, this is translated with overseer because they already know the word oversee here. But basically, when Paul used the Greek word there, episkopos, okay, he was speaking in a very general sense, okay? An office, that's a very desirable thing to do. Fine work desired to do. An overseer, now he gets more clarity with the title, okay? So he's basically just speaking general office, overseeing something. It's kind of a very general statement, and he gets more specific into overseer, okay? And then he goes over the chapter, what's the characteristics of an overseer, okay? Okay, the qualifications, okay? Alrighty. The way we use just simply meant overseeing as used in general sense. And the way episkopon was used is simply meant a title, okay? More specific title. Alrighty, so continuing on. And then shepherd, okay? Now, at one point, Peter referred to the shepherd. Now this here, the Greek number 4166, that's always referred to Jesus Christ, okay? Every single time. 4165 is where right here applied to Peter, okay? So if we go to the lexicon, so I'm kind of jumping ahead here. So 4166 was used here. That always refers to Jesus. Look it up every single time. It always refers to Jesus. And when 4165 was used, or no, this one's 4166. Sorry. See here, John 21:16. Okay, this is the only time the number 4165 is used. It's to act as a shepherd, and that's referring to Peter. So who was he shepherding? If you looked at the chronology, the timeline, John 21, it was only the house of Israel. Okay, so let's see here. Go to John 21. But anyway, this is all within the context of the house of Israel. Gentiles were not even on the scene yet. Jesus had already told them, do not go in the way of the Gentiles. This is Matthew 10, 5-6. It took place earlier on than John 21. John 21 took place after the crucifixion. And it was toward the end of the time that Jesus was with them. Okay? Where Matthew 10, 5 was during Christ's ministry. Okay? So at this point, you're told not to go in the way of the Gentiles. And it isn't until Acts chapter 10 occurred, which 3.5 years after the crucifixion, then the Lord had Cornelius' household order some messengers go to Peter and then retrieve Peter to his house. Okay, and then if you read Acts 10 carefully, you'll see Peter was very cautious. Okay, because he didn't want to break the laws in the Old Testament. There's different places in the Old Testament that he was concerned about breaking the law associated with Jews. Okay, so what does that tell you? Everything prior, where he just naturally speaking, he wasn't concerned about it because he was not dealing with Gentiles. He was dealing with Jews, the house of Israel at the time. Okay, remember the gospel went to the Jews first, and then the Gentiles later on. Okay, so so this here, 4165, only occurred with Peter one time. All right, to act as a shepherd. Okay. Alrighty. Whereas 4166, all the other places where it's used, it's referring to Jesus. Okay. So it's not applicable to the Gentiles. Paul never used the word shepherd refer to the Gentile churches. Okay. So the highest office within the branch of Gentiles was the office of overseer. So what did the overseer do? They were basically confined to an area. They oversee the believers in that area and basically keep check with them how they're doing and be an example to them, godliness, and teach them. Okay, again, 1 Timothy chapter 3 goes over this. Okay, Timothy was half Jew, half Gentile. Okay, so so I hope you know that I pay attention to detail here, that you have to look at how Paul did things, who's the only apostle of Gentiles, and you have to look at how Peter and the 12 did things, who were apostles of Jews, the house of Israel. So when Peter was to be like a shepherd, John 21, shepherd of whom? The house of Israel, not Gentiles. And again, if you watch parts 1, 2, and 3, I already pointed out, Peter preached the gospel to the Gentile household, and then he withdrew right after that. And we went right back to going to the city, the house of Israel. Alrighty, all the way until the judgment of the coming Son of Man, the sign of the sky, which occurred May 2nd of the year 66. Okay, so anyway, I hope that all makes sense to you. I'm trying to get a full, well-rounded picture of what's going on here. So when a Roman Catholic used this argument, it makes no sense to go to a translation. If I want to obtain office of bishop, I wouldn't say I want to obtain the bishop of bishop. That makes no sense. I want the office of bishop. So the word office here is a sort of a Now, it's not a title, but it's more of a position relative to those around you. Okay? And so bishop is more of an overseer, more of a title within the office. Okay? And so again, when Matthias replaced Judas, it's not succession, by the way. This is a replacement. Okay? The reason for it's a replacement because they needed the 12 apostles, the judgment of 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? This is not succession. And matter of fact, when you go to Peter's epistle, where in 2 Peter, he mentions the Lord revealed to him about to die soon, he makes no mention of succession. There's no succession of apostles, okay? Why? Partly because Revelation cedes in the year 66, no more canon, so forth. Okay, the canon closed at that point. There's no need for any more apostles. All right, no more to be written down. And all the prophecies centered around the house of Israel. It became desolate 7 years later, year 73. There's no more need for prophecy. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So I hope this all makes sense to you. Again, the title can be president, manager, supervisor, trainer, apostle, shepherd, you name it, all within the word office. Okay, they're all overseeing positions. This Greek word does not mean a title of overseer like bishop, like the Roman Catholic trying to do to the text. And it just doesn't fit when you look at the application of it when Matthias replaced Judas. Matthias did not become bishop when he replaced the apostle Judas. Okay, he went from apostle to apostle, not from apostle to Judas. It doesn't go from president to a bishop, doesn't go from manager to bishop, doesn't go from supervisor to bishop, doesn't go from trainer to bishop, doesn't go from apostle to bishop, doesn't go from shepherd to bishop. It doesn't work that way. So anyway, that's all I have to say, and thank you for watching.